Hi, I'm Melody.
And I'm Candy.
And you're listening to
Quirks, Bumps,
and Bruises. So on this episode of Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises, we thought we would take you back just a bit to last week and share with you the announcement that was made about my sweet co-host, Candy Payne. And as you know, there was some exciting things happening to her. And so we want to share that conversation with you. Y'all, today we have a really big announcement to make. We've been waiting on this announcement, but we need someone else to make that announcement besides me, and she is on the phone with us right now.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you that the Payne family has a brand new baby girl.
We are so excited about that. Tell us more.
Her name is Emma Grace, and we are just so excited. She's already got Jacob wrapped around her finger. So I'll give y'all just a little rundown on the day that she was born. So my water had broke, and it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. So we came on to the hospital, and when we got here, it was obviously just, a very, very, very slow process. So, but because the water had broken, we were still told to stay, obviously, because we were technically considered in labor. So we waited and waited and waited, and then finally they decided that they were going to have to do a C-section.
I know that was something you really didn't want to hear.
Which was not planned. I'd never had one done before, so I was a little scared, but we prayed the Lord would just be in control, which we knew He would be, and He would take care of all of us. So we wound up at about 9:30. She was born, and through cesarean, she was having some complications like through the natural process, and every time I'd have contractions, she would start to struggle. So they just decided that we probably should go with a cesarean for some other different reasons. And I'm so thankful to God because during that cesarean, they had actually told us that the umbilical cord was wrapped pretty tightly around her neck.
Oh my.
And so every single time I was having a contraction, the reason her numbers kept going up was because it was tightening around her neck even more so, which was horrible and scary. And so I'm just so thankful for the peace that God had given us to just go through with that. And so that was something we could look back on and totally thank God for, the unexpected things for sure.
And how sweet that you and Jake knew. Just put it in the Lord's hands. He was there with you. And if you've been listening the last 9 months, we have gone through a lot of rounds of trying to figure out what the name of this baby is going to be. I think she mentioned it a few moments ago, but just in case you're just now listening, I think that this possibly may deserve a drum roll.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. Drum roll needed because I only decided to change her name like at least 150 times during the entire pregnancy. We went with Emma Grace, and so that was pretty much the only thing Jake and I agreed on, I think, together. And I just, you know me, it's just so permanent. I kept coming up with different names, but I think it just, now that we see her, it just fit her so well.
Oh, it absolutely does. And that was my favorite name out of all the ones that you had thrown out, which was hundreds. Emma Grace was my very favorite.
And it's funny because, we really thought most people thought she'd be a huge baby because I was huge. And I even had a lady ask me probably a week ago if I was having 2 babies or 1 because I was just so large. So she came out 6 pounds, 9 ounces. And due to Jake being so tall, she came out 19 and a half inches long. So long legs, little girl, but she is just the most precious thing. And we are so tickled and excited and just thankful to God.
Well, I can speak on behalf of the Joy FM team as well as the Joy FM family that's listening that we are absolutely thrilled for you. I wanted to ask you about this, Candy, because sometimes when a baby is born, it's all about the mother. But I want to ask you about Jake. Candy is married to Jake Payne, and he is just, first of all, hilariously funny, but also just a great, great guy. So I want to ask you, is he just totally and completely smitten over this baby girl?
Oh, totally smitten. I mean, like within 2 seconds. Obviously, with having a cesarean, they have to do a lot of the work once the baby comes out, and Jake was able to hold her first. Typically, it's the mom, and it had been when I had Hunter, but this time he got to hold her first, and I think the pictures, y'all, and just the excitement that he has had over having a girl. We have 2 boys, so this is just completely new to us, and that girl already, he just wrapped around his finger.
I had no doubt.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I've always heard people say, like, how can you love all your children, the same? And you don't. I mean, you can't love your children the same, and you think, how can I love another child if we have this one? But just already, I mean, the different ways that you love them, your heart, it's like it grows more room to love others. So yeah, I still can't believe it. I mean, she came earlier than she was supposed to, and I think we were all just kind of shocked, and we were expecting her to be 2 weeks later, and so it shocked us, but just like that overwhelming. And I just remember crying, like the first time I couldn't physically see her, but I could hear her cry, and it was just I just started boohooing.
Such a very sweet time in the life of a brand new mom. I wanted to ask you, Candy, especially about Jacob, your husband, who has that passion to share Jesus with every single person he meets. He is not going to let anybody that comes in contact with him not at least get a chance for him to be able to share the love of Jesus with them. And so I wanted to ask you, in this hospital environment, did that happen quite a bit?
And y'all, yes, Jacob, and he has witnessed to so many people here. He'll go out to the vending machine and he'll come back and share a story, his heart of just sharing Jesus and wanting others to know him. And it's encouraging. I love that about him, and just seeing his passion and his excitement for that. But we really have been so blessed with the nurses. You come in and you never know, and everybody has bad days, or they're not happy at work, situations going on. But God has just really blessed us with so many of the nurses who follow Jesus, and we're able to just have the conversations with them. That's been incredible and so encouraging, and it's been a really good time. It's not you're waiting to go home and all those good things, but it's just we've had a really good time and lots of really good fellowship with some of the nurses. And y'all, I just want to share, I'm just gonna brag on my husband. He has been so good, y'all. I mean, literally, he washed my feet. He took a rack, washed my feet and put socks on, and I mean, he spent the entire pregnancy tying tennis shoes for me and doing different things. But he has just been stellar. I mean, he's 6'5", and he's sleeping. He slept on a couch half that size, it seemed like, but no complaining. Always making sure we're okay, and I'm just so thankful for that. He's been so wonderful through that all, and y'all, God has just been good. And I'm sad because I'm going to miss everybody, but I definitely want us to keep in touch, and I'll share stories. And it's so exciting right now, but how quickly I'm going to remember those sleepless nights, and all those are going to start back up. And I'm 40, so y'all know this is a little bit difficult this go around.
Well, you've handled it all like a champion from day one, and we are so excited for that sweet baby Emma Grace, and to get to see her soon and hold her and love on her. And of course, Candy will be on maternity leave for a while, and but we are going to be sure and check in with her from time to time. And having a new baby always brings about tons of stories, so we'll look forward to doing that with our sweet Candy. But in the meantime, we ask that you pray for Candy, you pray for Jacob, also the 2 boys, Wyatt and Hunter, and then of course for sweet baby Emma Grace. And if you would like to send Candy some well wishes, you can certainly call here at the station at 888-985-6936, or you can text us and we'll make sure that she gets those messages. I'll be holding down the fort, and we'll keep doing the things that we always do, playing great Southern gospel music, having some devotional time, having some prayer time, and of course, we're going to do some laughs. I can't get by without that. So things will keep moving on, and then Candy will be back before you know it. In the meantime, Candy, just keep loving on that sweet, sweet baby Emma Grace, and we look forward to talking to you again very, very soon.
Thanks for listening to the Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises podcast with Candy and Melody. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast. You can learn more at joyfm.org.